Welcome. September 19th, 2025. Beautiful afternoon here, central Pennsylvania. You can see all my Jerusalem artichokes are in full blossom. Hey, I'm just here to bring you in on a firing we just had in my little small gas propane kiln, which you've seen before. This fires from a 40-pound gas propane bottle, and yeah, we fired this yesterday. I have the kiln graph here, as you can see, basically just with some pertinent information, and I'll fill in some comments. So yeah, without further ado, as they say, yeah, so I'm just gonna kind of whip these out and I'll show them to you. We'll put them on a wear board. Yeah, we fired last night. The beauty of this kiln is it's very easy to pack. It's very quick to pack. It's converted from an electric kiln. Let's whip the camera off the tripod a second. I know I've gone over this with you tons of times in the past. As you can see, all the electrical stuff is kind of all still connected here, although it's not functional, of course. Yeah, simple conversion, just with one Harbor Freight weed burner. And anyway, we'll talk about it as we go. Let's get the pots out. Quit talking, man. We don't. Oh, it's still kind of warm. That's nice. Yeah, I'll try and bring some of these out in the sun because you can't really appreciate them until. So, small strap-handled bottle with an impressed design, wood ash with some cobalt and iron oxide at the top there. Quite nice. Quite nice, yes. Yeah, the ash is actually from the from my walnut tree. Walnut leaves. Well, it's partly that, to be truthful. This is pretty basic stuff I've got in here. Pretty nice, not too shabby, I would say. So these are some of my regular mugs that you're familiar with, foxgloves. I don't take credit for the design. It's one of my father's designs. I just happen to know how to put it on. Quite nice, quite nice, quite nice, quite nice, quite nice iron. It's one of the things I always look for when I unpack a kiln is, you know, the melt, the brightness of the oxides, the amount of reduction that we've managed to achieve. So yeah, I mean, that's quite a nice example of a foxglove. Go on in there. Having to do this one-handed. So yeah, this was kind of like a new design I was playing around with. Again, tankard with the iron oxide and cobalt. Yeah, that's quite handsome. Yeah, I'm pleased with the way that the the oxides are performing. Again, basically another one. If you're interested in any of these pots, by the way, I'm trying to get away from Etsy selling. I've decided I want to do more personalized selling with people who see my pots when I do a video like this and then contact me. So, you know, some of these pots, I have people who are waiting for stuff I've got to get out. And but if there's anything here, I mean, anything I can do, I can repeat here. So if there's anything that grabs you, give me a shout. This is a mug, a tankard if you like, that has an impressed, that same impressed pattern with oxides, etc. It's a little bit of a departure. I just thought I'd do that as for a change. I think it works quite well. Yeah, write to me, simonleachpottery@gmail.com. So above here you see some of the pots that are not yet fired. There's a sort of a bit before and after, if you like. These of course are raw glazed, once fired, no bisque. No bisque. Okay, wait a minute, I've just got to get this shelf out here. So when you want to get a shelf out, before you get it out, just rock it a bit like that, because if you do that you release any props that might be stuck to the underside. Okay, just a good little tip for you. Alright, and now we're down here on the bottom shelf, so we'll start grabbing these. Yeah, these are all oh, sun seems to have gone out a bit, gone down. These are all the same, but all a bit different, if you know what I mean. Just sort of different takes on the same theme. Yeah, all spontaneously done, you know. We like that. We like being spontaneous, don't we? Yep. Let's stick them in there. Okay. I'm not going to make this a long video, I just wanted you to see what we got. Okay. Again, quite nice. Yeah, pleased with the oxides and pleased with the melt, pleased with the way the wood ash is looking. You can thank my walnut tree up there. I'm pointing for the leaves. The leaves of the walnut tree. Yeah, you can. I'm actually going to get my sweeper thing out and go and collect a load more. Okay, there's another tankard. So the little white things on the bottom there, little bits of backwash, you just rub them and they fall off. I usually grind them, you know, base to base, the pots. Yeah, good melt, good foxglove. So what have we got so far? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I've got 10 mugs there. I haven't had any mugs for a while. I ran out and I got behind and life got in the way. You know how it is. Life got in the way. But I'm trying to get back in the groove, you know. That's the thing, you know, if you get knocked down for whatever reason, or you get out of the flow, just get back in the saddle, get back on the wheel, get going, and it'll soon come back. There it is. Yeah, nice little mugs those. No seconds. That's good. No seconds is always welcome. Ah, here's a tea bowl. Yeah, I managed to sneak one tea bowl in. They're quite nice. Sort of wavy design. It's sort of like supposed to be like the waves of the sea a bit. You know, on the side of the pot there. With this impressed seashell design. So yeah, quite happy with that. Some more of those are coming on the way. La 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 la. Oh, one little lonely cup. Just a little drinking vessel, little, you know, small, for a vino or something like that. Now I've got these ones that I snuck down the side here. Oh look, here's the cone. Let's have a look at that. Let's have a look at the old cone. Well, there's the cone, which is like just about really what you want, isn't it? So we'll put old Coney up here with the others. Alright, let's just grab a few of these ones. These are some more like that, little cups. Little drinking cups. Yeah, maybe we'll make up a set of them, you know. La 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 la. Oh, yeah, that came out quite nice. That was kind of a bit of a departure. Just playing around with an idea. Little bud vase. For that single solitary rose or flower that fell off or that you didn't know what to do with. So you put it in a bud vase, don't you? Another one of those guys. Little foxglove cup. Another. Okay, so what I'm seeing is right down there, because I'm looking at that. It's fired okay, except some people might like that, but you notice that the cobalt has come out rather dark, rather not sort of blue, and that's usually an indication that it's a little bit oxidized down there in that spot. You see, got to learn to, you know, to recognize these things. Is there one more down there? Yeah. Now if this is similar, yeah, you see. There you have it, you see. Again, not really blue, it's more of a, well, really dark blue there, isn't it? Really dark. So just a little bit, as opposed to that one which got a bit more blue, you see. Yes, so every kiln has its own particular characteristics, and you will find that kiln is not going to be universally the same throughout the whole kiln space. You know, you'll have pockets of heat and pockets of less heat, you know, hotter and cooler, and then you'll have pockets where it's more reduced and less reduced, more oxidized. So that is it. Just quick, so you can see the inside of the kiln. The flame comes under the bottom shelf. It hits those bricks down there, and then it comes upward over the top and then down, and then it goes under there, under that little archway here, you see, goes through to the other side and comes up here and then out through the cutout in the lid. Alright, let's do a final count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 20 pieces in there. 20 pots. Mostly mugs. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, a dozen mugs. Yeah. Alright folks. Hope you enjoyed that. Just a quick little video from my studio here in Milheim. What I'll do is probably going to have another firing pretty quickly, as that one was a good one. It's good to follow on, make hay while the sun shines, you know, while you're still remembering what you did right from the last firing. So quickly have another. Yeah, well, I got some more pots up here, you see, which are waiting, plus I got a stack of pots in the... I haven't fired much, you see, just lately, so I've got a build up of pots. Alright folks, hey, thanks for joining me, and don't forget, keep practicing, and I'll see you in the next video. Alright, bye for now.